Right now, millions of people are lying in bed staring at a glowing ring on their finger or a chart on their phone, more anxious about their sleep score than they ever were about actually sleeping. There is a name for that condition now, and it might be quietly making your insomnia worse, not better. Stick around, because by the end of this video you will know which sleep fixes in 2026 actually have real evidence behind them, which ones are mostly placebo dressed up in good marketing, and why the tool you bought to fix your sleep might be the exact thing sabotaging it. Quick ask. If this kind of honest sleep breakdown is useful, hit like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments what has actually worked for your sleep, or what has not, no matter how small. It genuinely helps me know what to dig into next. Now let's get into it. What is actually happening when you cannot sleep? Before we fix anything, let's understand what insomnia actually is happening inside your body, because most people picture it wrong. It is not simply the absence of tiredness. It is your nervous system staying in a mild state of alert precisely when it needs to power down. Picture lying there, body exhausted, mind wide awake, replaying a conversation from 3 days ago or drafting an email you will never send. That mismatch, bone-tired but mentally wired, is often your cortisol and core body temperature refusing to drop on schedule. Deep sleep depends on your internal body clock, your circadian rhythm, correctly timing the release of melatonin and the gradual cooling of your core temperature. When either of those signals gets thrown off, falling asleep can feel like trying to land a plane that keeps circling the runway. And in 2026, more of daily life is quietly interfering with that landing than most people realize. Starting with the glowing rectangle sitting a few feet from your pillow right now. Blue light, the myth and the nuance. Blue light gets blamed for almost everything sleep-related these days, and the biology behind that reputation is real. Specialized cells in your retina, sensitive specifically to blue wavelength light, signal directly to your brain's master clock that it is still daytime. Evening exposure to that light suppresses melatonin, delays your circadian phase, and stretches out how long it takes you to actually fall asleep. Here is where the story gets more interesting than the average headline. A 2025 systematic review and meta-analysis pooling multiple randomized crossover trials tested whether blue light blocking glasses actually deliver on that promise in real, measurable sleep outcomes, not just theory. The evidence leaned positive but was notably inconsistent, with researchers pointing out that small sample sizes and wildly different lens qualities across studies make it hard to give a clean verdict. Some lab studies found meaningful increases in nighttime melatonin, in one case a 58% boost compared to clear lenses. Other real-world studies found the glasses shifted bedtime earlier and improved mood without any detectable change in melatonin at all, suggesting the benefit might partly come from a different mechanism entirely, not melatonin, but simply reduced direct stimulation to the brain's alertness pathway. So here is the honest myth versus reality moment. Blue light blocking glasses are not snake oil, but they are also not a uniform fix because a cheap pair of orange-tinted glasses and a properly calibrated lab-grade lens are not remotely the same product, and most of us cannot tell the difference just by looking at the box. The single most consistently supported fix remains the boring one, simply dimming screens and lowering overall light exposure in the hour before bed, which every version of this research agrees on even when the glasses data gets murky. The routine nobody wants to hear about. Now we get to the part of this video that will feel disappointingly unglamorous, and also happens to be the most solidly evidence-backed piece of the entire puzzle. Your circadian rhythm does not care about willpower. It cares about consistency and specifically about anchor points, the same wake time and the same wind-down window day after day, weekends included. Sleep researchers describe this almost like training a muscle you cannot see. Your body slowly learns to anticipate sleep at a certain hour, releasing melatonin right on schedule, the way a stomach starts growling at your usual lunchtime even before you consciously feel hungry. This is exactly where light therapy research gets specific and genuinely practical. Clinical protocols for people with a delayed internal clock recommend bright light exposure, in the range of 10,000 lux, for around 20 to 30 minutes shortly after waking, paired with dimming lights and avoiding bright screens in the evening after around 8 at night. That combination, bright mornings, dim evenings, is one of the few interventions in this entire space backed by strong, repeated clinical consensus rather than a single flashy study. It is also, frustratingly, the advice everyone already half knows and almost nobody actually does consistently, which might explain why so many people reach past the boring fix and straight for a bottle on the supplement shelf. Magnesium, the supplement everyone is suddenly talking about. Magnesium has quietly become one of the most talked about sleep supplements of 2026, partly because it is being framed as the calm, natural alternative to melatonin. So what does the actual evidence say? Multiple recent randomized controlled trials have tested different forms of magnesium against a placebo. A 2026 trial involving over 150 adults with poor sleep tested magnesium bisglycinate over 4 weeks and found a real, statistically significant improvement in insomnia severity scores compared to placebo. Notice the careful phrasing there, because the researchers themselves described the effect as modest, not dramatic. A separate trial using magnesium threonate, measured with objective ring tracking rather than just self-report, found improvements not only in sleep quality but in next-day mood and energy, with participants reporting less grouchiness upon waking. Here is the honest caveat running through nearly all of this research. These are consistently described as modest effects in specific populations, usually people already reporting poor sleep, not deep insomnia disorders, and the improvements, while real, are not the dramatic transformation supplement marketing sometimes implies. Older research also suggests magnesium may particularly help older adults and people who are actually deficient, since most of the body's magnesium is not in your bloodstream. So pinpointing a true deficiency is trickier than a simple blood test suggests. This is general information, not personal medical advice, and if you are on medication, pregnant, or managing a kidney condition, checking with a doctor before starting any supplement matters, since magnesium can interact with certain medications and existing conditions. The honest verdict here, magnesium is not a myth, but it is also not a replacement for consistent sleep timing. It is a modest supporting player, not the star of the show. The ring on your finger, and the anxiety it might be creating. Now for the twist nobody saw coming when wearable sleep trackers first became popular. Devices like the Oura Ring and similar wearables have gotten genuinely impressive at estimating sleep. Validation studies comparing these devices against clinical polysomnography, the gold standard sleep study using brainwave monitoring, found top-performing consumer rings achieving somewhere around 76 to 80% accuracy for distinguishing sleep stages, which sounds solid until you remember that means roughly 1 in every 4 readings can be off, particularly for the more subtle stages like deep and REM sleep. But accuracy was never really the biggest problem this research uncovered. It was something else entirely, a term clinicians only started using seriously in the last several years: orthosomnia, an unhealthy obsession with achieving a perfect sleep score that ends up creating the very anxiety that ruins your sleep. Picture waking up feeling completely fine, genuinely rested, then opening an app, seeing a lower than usual score, and suddenly feeling exhausted, as if the number itself rewrote how your morning felt. Sleep clinicians have reported a rising number of these cases, and a 2026 national survey found this pattern is common enough that researchers are now actively studying exactly how many trackers users experience this kind of tracker-driven anxiety. The honest advice from sleep specialists is almost the opposite of what tracker marketing implies. Use the data as a weekly trend, not a daily report card. Check in with how you actually feel before you open the app, not after. And if the numbers are consistently making you more anxious rather than more informed, taking the device off for a few weeks is a legitimate, evidence-backed recommendation, not giving up. Bringing it all together. So here is where all of this actually lands, once you strip away the marketing layer sitting on top of each one. Blue light management matters, and glasses may genuinely help some people, but dimming your environment in the evening is the one piece almost every study agrees on. A consistent routine, the same wake time, morning light, evening dimness, remains the most boring and most powerful lever in the entire toolkit, the foundation everything else sits on top of. Magnesium is a real, modestly effective supporting tool for some people, not a replacement for that foundation. And your tracker is a useful mirror, right up until the moment it becomes a source of stress rather than information, at which point it has stopped helping you and started working against you. None of this fits into a single miracle product because your sleep was never broken by one single thing, and it will not be fixed by one either. The evidence in 2026 keeps pointing toward the same quiet, unglamorous answer: consistency, timing, and a healthy distance from obsessing over the numbers, layered together night after night, until your body simply starts trusting the pattern again. If this helped you see your own sleep a little differently, subscribe, because we are going to keep pulling apart the wellness trends everyone talks about but almost nobody actually explains properly. Sleep well, and I will see you in the next one.